Ram killed the Hemi. They also killed the EcoDiesel and the classic body style that people actually loved. They replaced all of it with a twin-turbo six-cylinder that is already popping turbo seals and throwing thermostat codes under 10,000 miles. They have had 10 separate recalls across the 2024 to 2026 lineup, including a parking brake investigation that covers nearly 2 million trucks. And right now, as I'm recording this, dealers are offering over $13,000 in cash just to move new inventory. I found 7 used Ram trucks that prove it. A couple of these are going to surprise you. Number 1, the 2017 Ram 1500 Express Crew Cab with the 5.7 Hemi. This is the truck nobody talks about because the Express trim does not have a fancy name. It does not have leather seats or a giant touchscreen. What it does have is the same 5.7 Hemi 5.8 and the ZF8 speed automatic that powers every Ram 1500 through the Laramie. You can find one right now for $16,000 to $24,000 depending on mileage. I am saying 2017 specifically for a reason. By that year, the 6-speed automatic was gone from the Hemi lineup entirely. Every 2017 Hemi Ram got the ZF8 speed, which is one of the best automatic transmissions in any truck on the market. And I have seen a real drop in camshaft and lifter failure complaints on 2017 and 2018 trucks compared to the 2011 through 2015 models that come through my shop constantly. Ram never confirmed they changed anything, and the forums go back and forth about it. But I am telling you what I see on my lifts. The other reason I like the Express is what it does not have. It does not have air suspension or active grille shutters. Those are the 2 systems that eat 4th generation Ram owners alive. The Express and Tradesman trims ride on coil springs, and that saves you from the airbag failures that hit around 80,000 to 100,000 miles on equipped trucks. Watch for exhaust manifold bolt shear. Budget $600 to $1,200 for it because it is going to happen eventually. And service that transmission fluid every 40,000 to 60,000 miles. The owner's manual says lifetime fill. That is a lie. I have rebuilt transmissions at 150,000 miles that died for no reason other than nobody ever changed the fluid. A 2026 Ram 1500 Express stickers near $45,000 and comes with the eTorque mild hybrid system whether you want it or not. This truck saves you $20,000 to $30,000 and skips all of that. But that Express is not even the best value Hemi on this list. The next one is a truck that Ram sold alongside its own replacement for 5 straight years, and it might be the smartest used Ram you can buy today. Number 2, the 2020 through 2022 Ram 1500 Classic Warlock. From 2019 to 2024, Ram kept the old 4th generation body on the dealer lot as the Ram 1500 Classic, while selling the new 5th generation right next to it. The Warlock was a trim exclusive to that classic body. The important part is the Classic Warlock never offered eTorque. It was the last Ram 1500 Hemi you could buy without any hybrid system on it. You were looking at $22,000 to $34,000 for a crew cab, 4-wheel drive Warlock with the Hemi and the upgraded 8-speed transmission. That transmission is rated for 550 pound-feet of torque, and it is a step above what the regular 1500 Hemi got before 2018. The Warlock adds black 20-inch wheels, Bilstein shocks, the Rebel front bumper, tow hooks, dual exhaust, and a 1-inch factory lift if it has the all-terrain package. It skips the air suspension and the active grille shutters entirely. It is just a truck. And I personally think this is the single best value in the used Ram market right now, and I will fight anybody who says otherwise. The Ram Classic is discontinued. You cannot buy this truck new at any price. The closest 2026 equivalent is a Bighorn crew cab at $53,000 with a Hurricane engine that has been on the market for only a short time. A 3-year-old Warlock saves you $25,000 and gives you the powertrain that already proved itself. And these Warlock trucks are getting scarce. I checked dealer lots last month and found maybe 70 available nationwide. That number is only going down. Now this next pick is one that every other YouTube channel gets wrong, and I am going to tell you exactly why the advice you are hearing on other channels will cost you $8,000 in fuel system repairs if you are not careful. Number 3, the late 2022 or 2023 Ram 1500 EcoDiesel. I need to be surgical here because the EcoDiesel came in 3 generations and 2 of them are disasters. The first and second generation engines had crankshaft bearing failures, EGR cooler cracking, and emissions cheating settlement and tone wheel problems. Do not buy one. I do not care how cheap they are. I have seen a 2016 EcoDiesel seize its crankshaft with no warning, and the owner waited 3 months for a replacement crank that never even showed up. Those engines are parts bin orphans at this point. The third generation was basically a new engine. Water-cooled turbo, redesigned EGR, a nearly complete redesign compared to the old one. That engine is solid. But even within the third generation, there is a trap. The 2020 through 2022 trucks shipped with a Bosch CP4 fuel pump that can shred itself and send metal shavings through your entire fuel system. That is an $8,000 to $10,000 repair. Ram issued a recall on it. The late 2022 builds and all 2023 trucks got the updated pump from the factory. Those trucks are not on the recall at all. That is your window. Always punch the VIN into the highway safety website and check for open recalls before you hand anyone a check. When you find the right one, you are looking at 32 miles per gallon on the highway and a 900-mile-plus range on a single tank. You cannot buy a new diesel Ram 1500. Ram killed it. The closest 2026 equivalent is a Hurricane-powered Laramie priced at over $61,000. Pay attention to this next detail on the heavy-duty side because it explains why timing matters more than anything when you are shopping for a used Cummins. Number 4. The 2017 Ram 3500 Laramie Cummins with the AI-SYN transmission. If you tow serious weight, this is the truck. Target a 2016 through 2018 Ram 3500 crew cab, 4-wheel drive with the high output 6.7 Cummins and the Eisen 6-speed automatic with dual rear wheels. You are looking at $45,000 to $58,000. I am picking this window because it sits in a sweet spot that does not exist anymore. The 2013 and newer Cummins trucks added DEF fluid to the exhaust system, which nobody loved, but it actually fixed the EGR and filter clogging problems that made the 2007 through 2012 trucks so miserable to own. The emission system actually works on these. But then in 2019, Ram switched to that same Bosch CP4 fuel pump I just warned you about on the EcoDiesel. Over 220,000 trucks were recalled. The 2017 and 2018 trucks have the original Bosch CP3 pump, which is a proven design that does not eat itself. The Eisen transmission in this truck is rated for 1,000 pound-feet of torque. I have seen forum posts from owners past 280,000 miles on the original unit with 0 issues. I mean, think about that for a second. That is not normal for a truck transmission. That is exceptional. One warning that is not optional. Every 6.7 Cummins from 2007 through 2024 has a grid heater bolt that carries 200 amps, heat cycles until it fails, and can drop into cylinder 6 and destroy the entire engine. Ram never recalled it. They just quietly switched to glow plugs for 2025 and pretended the problem never existed. Budget $400 to $800 for a grid heater upgrade the day you buy the truck. Do it before you drive it home. And no, I am not being dramatic. I have seen the repair invoices. We are talking $10,000 to $30,000 when that bolt lets go. A 2026 Ram 3500 Laramie Cummins dual rear wheel builds to $90,000 to $105,000. A clean 2017 at $48,000 does the same job for half the money. All right, so here is where things get interesting, because the next truck on this list is one that every other YouTuber recommends in the wrong generation, and it is costing people real money. Number 5. The 2019 to 2022 Ram 2500 Power Wagon. Go watch any video about used Power Wagons and they will tell you to buy a 2014 through 2018. I think that is bad advice. Those trucks came with the 66 RFE6 Speed Automatic, which is a transmission that suffers torque converter shudder, valve body failures as early as 40,000 miles, and rebuild quotes pushing $17,000. Calling that a value buy is generous. It is actually more of a coin flip. The 2019 redesign gave the Power Wagon the ZF8 Speed, the same platform that has been bulletproof in half-ton Ram trucks since 2013. The 6.4 Hemi still has MDS lifter risk, and I am not going to sugarcoat that. But at least the transmission stopped being a lottery ticket. You still get the solid front axle, electronic front and rear lockers, the disconnecting front sway bar, a 12,000-pound Warn winch, 33-inch tires, and 4.10 gears. This is basically a factory-built trail rig wearing a 3/4-ton badge. Used pricing runs $40,000 to $60,000. A new 2026 Power Wagon starts around $74,000, and a Laramie Power Wagon pushes past $85,000. Somebody tell me why you would pay $85,000 for a truck that has the same axles, same lockers, same winch, and the same engine as the one sitting on a used lot for $48,000. One thing to keep in mind, heavy-duty Ram trucks hold their resale better than any full-size truck on the market, so the used discount is smaller than on the half-ton side. Now, everything I have covered so far has been trucks from the last 10 years. This next one goes back further, and I think it might outlast every truck on this list. Number 6. The 2006 to early 2007 Ram Mega Cab with the 5.9 Cummins. This is the one I get emotional about. The 5.9-liter 24-valve Cummins is the last diesel engine Ram ever put in a truck, before they started bolting on particulate filters, diesel exhaust fluid tanks, and all the emissions hardware that makes modern diesels so expensive to keep running. Find one with the G56 manual transmission and you have a truck that will outlast anything Ram builds today. And the best part is that they do not lose value. I have been watching the market on these, and 2006 and 2007 Ram 2500 trucks are actually climbing 3 to 4% a year in value. A clean, rust-free example with 150,000 miles sells for $22,000 to $35,000. Low-mileage Mega Cab Laramie trucks have been listed north of $45,000. The only thing that kills these trucks is rust. I cannot stress this enough. Do not buy one from the Salt Belt. Inspect the frame, the cab corners, the rocker panels, and the bed floor. If you find a southern or western truck in good shape, buy it. A rusty northern truck is scrap no matter how many miles are on it and no matter how good the engine looks. Steering box and track bar wear cause the old Dodge wobble on every single third-generation Ram. Budget for upgraded steering components at purchase and you will never deal with it. Compare this to a 2026 Ram 2500 Cummins that stickers north of $80,000 and comes with emissions equipment that will cost you thousands for as long as you own it. The 2006 asks for a fraction of the money and none of that complexity, and for the last truck on this list, I wanted to go somewhere nobody is going to expect. Number 7. The Dodge Ram SRT10. This one is just for fun. Between 2004 and 2006, Dodge took the 8.3-liter V10 from the Viper and dropped it into a Ram pickup truck. It makes 500 horsepower and 525 pound-feet of torque, with a 0 to 60 time of 4.9 seconds in the regular cab. It held the Guinness record for the fastest production pickup when it launched. They built about 10,000 total, split between regular cabs with the Tremec 6-speed manual and quad cabs with the 48RE automatic. You can find one right now for $20,000 to $40,000 with under 100,000 miles. Find the regular cab 6-speed manual and you have a truck that makes every head turn in every parking lot, appreciates in value while you own it, and costs less than a base model 2026 Ram 1500 Tradesman. Yes, it gets 8 to 10 miles per gallon. You can literally watch the fuel gauge move while you are sitting at a stoplight. This is not your daily driver. But as a weekend truck and a collector piece that you can actually drive and enjoy, nothing in Ram's current lineup comes close. A 2026 RHO with the Hurricane starts at over $65,000 and already has owners reporting problems at low mileage. The SRT10 costs half that, sounds 10 times better, and the value is only heading up. Ram killed the Hemi, the EcoDiesel, the Classic, and the SRT performance truck. Ram never replaced any of them. Every single truck on this list is something Ram will never build again. And right now, dealers are throwing $13,000 rebates at you to distract from the recalls, the warranty claims, and the Hurricane growing pains. Meanwhile, the used market is just sitting there quietly. 20 years of proven engineering waiting for someone to come pick it up. Drop a comment and tell me which of these 7 Ram trucks you would pick. I read every single one. Before you do anything else, go watch the video right here about Ram transmission fluid. I am serious. Changing it the wrong way can kill your gearbox, and I see it happen in my shop all the time. I will see you over there.